What's up, spectators? Welcome back to another episode of Professor Layton vs. Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright. Last time we thought the case was gonna end, but there's clearly more to it. So what we've established so far is that the Jean Grey Earl did in fact... Wait, oh, no. Okay. Jean Grey Earl is currently suspected of murdering Sir Belduke. But now we've realized, thanks to Amir, that the tomato juice bottle has never been opened. So now what does that mean is on Sir Belduke's mouth? Why did he die? Okay. Yes, that is so. As I explained before, Master Belduke didn't struggle at all at the time, because he was already dead. But when I think about it now, in light of the new information, it was very unnatural. The victim didn't drink the soporific, yet didn't struggle. But what does this mean? If it's not tomato juice nor blood brought about through a struggle with the murderer, then what else could it be? Since it's not tomato juice, we have to assume it's blood after all. Yeah, right, it's gotta be that! We have ruled out the possibility that the victim bit his tongue while struggling with the attacker. Indeed. That there's got to be a different reason for that blood being there. He must have suffered internal bleeding that was somehow connected to his death. But what could have caused it? Your Honor, if I may ask one question. A question to whom? If I just clarify this one suspicion, I may be able to explain the blood shown in the sketch. That's why I need to question one person in particular. One person? I really can't afford to make any more mistakes at this point. Oh, I'm so terrified it's gonna send me back, all the way back. I'm just gonna use a hint coin. But if I weren't gonna use a hint coin, the person I would probably choose... Why would they give me a choice like this? It's definitely not... I don't know. What? You're making this a 50-50? Just tell me who it is! Oh my god, okay. Let's think here. I have to question one person about the circumstances of this case to figure out how he could have suffered internal bleeding and died. Barnum would be Amir? I feel like Barnum would have already explained everything I would have needed to know. Yet Amir's the one who keeps revealing new information. So is it Amir? Oh my god, my gut's telling me to go with Barnum. My brain is saying go with Amir. Or is it the other way around? It's probably the other way around. Oh my god, if I get this wrong and they send me back, I'm gonna be pretty pissed. Mister, can I ask you something? Yeah, don't give me that scary look, Blue. I know nothing at all. I got nothing to tell. Shut up. He better be off without that bard. Oh, he'd be better off without that bard. You drank the tomato juice that was at the crime scene, right? Don't keep asking me about that over and over again. So what if I did? Then, I have another question for you. Did anything else disappear from the crime scene that day? Nah, I didn't notice anything.
Objection!
Witness, just what have you done this time? You look like a dog caught making a mess on the carpet. Why you are looking at me like that? I don't know about nothing gone missing. I'm innocent. Please believe me. No. Looks like my gut feeling was right. He took something from the crime scene. Something that could be directly connected to that red liquid around Belduke's mouth. What on earth did that man steal from the crime scene? A certain item disappeared from the crime scene that day. And, at this very moment, it's highly likely that the item is right in front of our very eyes. It's here. Isn't that right, mister? Is it? I have no idea. Defender, I order you to show us what this item is. It's right there in his hand. It's right there in his hand! It's right there in his hand!
Got it!
It's this bottle. The bottle? Miss Grey Earl, I'd like you to clarify something for me. What would that be, Mr. Wright? Sir Belduke was working on creating certain medicines. He had various dangerous substances in his possession as well. How are they stored? Master kept them in a locked medicine cabinet. The bottles were labeled so that it was clear that they were dangerous. They have all been confiscated. As for those labels, did they resemble the label on that guy's bottle? Mister, what are you doing with the product of Master's research? That's not what you think. I didn't have any evil intentions or nothing. That bottle belonged to Master, and it was used to store strong poison. Poison strong enough to kill. The red liquid trickling down Sir Belduke's mouth was definitely blood. Now, as for what caused him to bleed like that from his mouth, it was the deadly poison from the bottle this guy stole from the crime scene. This is outrageous! Order! Whoa, 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 whoa! You expect me to just keep quiet? It was poison! Poison? Am I gonna die?
Objection!
I hope so. Just wait and see. Time will tell. Yeah, I guess. More importantly, I want to know why you have that bottle. Huh? Well, that's, remember how I told you I drank the alchemist's tomato juice? Indeed, it's not something easy to forget, especially having heard it several times. Well, that was when I saw it on the floor. This bottle right here. It was totally empty, and I thought, you know, it's such a fancy looking bottle and all. I'm a bit of a skull fancier. They have this air of danger about them, right? They certainly do. So, since it was there, and I was there too, I felt we kinda meant for each other. I thought, this bottle's so classy, I should die for it. Had any poison been left in the bottle, you would have died instantly. But if it was empty, it was probably harmless. Oh, hear that? I'm gonna live! Good thing I rinsed it well before use. But if the victim was killed by poison, that raises a new question, of course. Who could have poisoned him? Considering all the evidence and the testimonies we've heard today, the answer is so close I can taste it. Sir Belduke was poisoned by himself? That must be it. It must be himself. That's why he wrote a letter and he told Letty to send it to the storyteller. That must be, because it's not Grey Earl, that'd be stupid. It's not a mirror. It's himself. I just don't know why yet. It was, of course, Sir Belduke himself. Sir Belduke took that poison of his own will. His death was suicide.
Objection!
That is preposterous. A suicide? Inconceivable!
Objection!
Think about it, Inquisitor. That would explain the most unnatural aspect of his death. Miss Grey Earl, when you were strangling Sir Belduke, he put up no fight whatsoever, is that correct? Yes, it is. Until today, I was convinced it was due to the sleep medicine. It wasn't, because he didn't take any. The truth is, when you gripped his throat, Sir Belduke was already dead. He had poisoned himself. I'm sure that's how he sounded. But would the poison have caused him to bleed from his mouth? I personally know of no poison that works instantly and causes such symptoms. Oh, you don't? I can't just tell him that it happens on TV all the time. There are certain plants in this area that contain a highly poisonous substance. In the course of his research, Master Belduke found a way to extract that poison. What am I hearing? Is there really such a dangerous plant in Labyrinthia? The poison is very bitter to taste, so it would be impossible to secretly slip into somebody's food or drink. And it would cause internal damage. It is a very powerful poison. Drinking it would induce a most painful death. And to think Sir Belduke could. But, did Sir Belduke really choose such an agonizing death for himself? It doesn't seem like he suffered that much. I would like to know that too. Miss Grey Earl. You mean to say Master killed himself after exposing me as a witch? I cannot believe it! He just wouldn't commit suicide. Indeed, we cannot take such a theory at face value. Had he committed suicide, I dare say he would have left a suicide note. I can't say why Sir Belduke committed suicide, but I think there's a piece of evidence that can confirm his suicide was a possibility. There is a piece of evidence like that. If you have such evidence, you ought to present it to the court immediately. Indicating that Sir Belduke's death could have been suicide. This would have been a suicide note. And I feel like that's the best option we have. That is the best option we have. I don't think I need to waste a hit coin on this one. But God, if I'm wrong.
Take that!
It's too stressful having only one life left. That's Sir Belduke's letter. Let's see. It was addressed to the storyteller, wasn't it? This is the last letter written by Sir Belduke. Now, if his death was a suicide, then this letter may well be his suicide note.
Objection!
What we have here is nothing more than blank sheets of parchment. Whether or not there was a suicide note, something we can only speculate about. That's right. But there is one person who knows whether this letter was really a suicide note. You mean the person who swapped its contents? In other words, you, Jean Grey Earl. Witness, you stole Sir Belduke's letter on the night of the crime. Tell us, what was written in it? I don't know. What? You don't know? I did steal the letter, yes. But I don't know what its contents were. You mean you have not read it? I couldn't bring myself to read it. It seemed that if I did, everything that had happened since Master Belduke saved my life would be ruined in an instant. I've taken it out and held it in my hands many times, but no matter what, I just couldn't. Can you tell us where that letter is now? Oh my God, if you destroyed it, I'm gonna slap you. If you destroyed it, ha ha ha! Oh! Read it! Read it! No, you know what? You read it to me. Do make it voice acting, cutscene, read it to me! Read it to me! Oh, I didn't read that. Okay, sorry, I'm getting overexcited. That night, having killed Master Belduke, I decided to stay in his residence. I knew my identity would be revealed to... Read it! So, until that time, I decided to always keep the letter with me. My lord. Yes, witness. If you don't mind, could you please read it aloud? Ooh, he has a good voice too. Yes, read it to me. Now that I'm here, in this place of judgment. No, you know what? Have Zacharias read it. He's a good reader too. Him and the judge, they're both good. I think I'm finally ready to hear what Master wrote.
Hold it!
No, what? Phoenix, shut the fuck up. Let him read it.
Miss Grey Earl.
Oh, voice acting. There's voice acting. I'm gonna shut up. Shut up forever.
I think you should be the one to read it.
Oh, she has a good voice too. They all have good voices.
Me?
Read it.
Sir Belduke wrote this letter to the storyteller as he was preparing to die. I think it's only right his last words should be read by you.
Yes, you're right. I see. I understand. Please allow me to read the letter aloud. My dear friend, I hope you will be able to forgive me for leaving this world of my own will. I have finally made this decision, having seen that accursed bell tower
appear in the flames on that dreadful night. That lightning was a sign that we have angered the gods. What I have done cannot be forgiven. I can never escape from it. For the past few days, I have been thinking that it might be best to simply expose everything. This town's secret, the truth about the witch. Of course, I understand that secrets need to be kept. However, I have grown very tired. I'm afraid I cannot keep the secret any longer. I have only two concerns. The first is my daughter. It pains me to be leaving her alone in this world, although she probably doesn't think of me as her father.
A daughter? I was not aware that Sir Belduke had a daughter.
Mr. Belduke seemed to know a lot about this town. This town's secret, and the truth about the witch.
Truth about the witch? Somehow I don't think he was talking about Miss Grey Earl.
Oh. The second matter, weighing heavily on my mind, is that Jean will be left on her own.
Seeing her growing up, so strong and righteous, in defiance of her fate, had given me hope. A short while ago, she brought me my usual, and what will be my last, drink. There are so many things I wanted to tell her, but I could only manage a thank you. She is a very sharp child. Had I said any more, she would have caught on. You could call me a selfish man, but I didn't wish my last memory of her to be a sad one.
Master Belduke. If the fate handed to her by this town has made her life an ordeal until now, I hope from the bottom of my heart that a wonderful story awaits her next. I intend to leave my residence to her, and I would like you to look out for her.
Alas, it is time for me to put my pen down. My dear friend, what I truly wish to express to you is too complicated for words. I hope one day you will understand. But for now, I bid you farewell. The time has come for me to go.
This letter, it wasn't a denunciation of me being a witch.
Master Belduke cared about you until the very end.
Yes, how could I have forgotten? I'm sure I knew it all along. So why did I? How could I have done that to him?
No! Don't have me read now! Damn it! Oh, my stupid voice isn't gonna be good compared with theirs. God. My lord. What is it, Inquisitor Barnum? I think it is about time. For the guilty verdict. Damn, he's cold! He's damn cold. The Inquisition withdraws the charges against Maya Fey. And charges Jean Grey Earl with being a witch. All the evidence corroborates this accusation, and she even admits her guilt. Hence, the Inquisition asks that the witch be found guilty and punished immediately.
Objection!
Yeah, objection! On the grounds of you being an asshole. Stop. Not so fast, IB. What do you want now, Sir Blue Knight? Admittedly, Miss Grey Earl did attempt to strangle Sir Belduke, but he had consumed a deadly poison and was already dead at the time. Therefore, she's not guilty of murder. And one more thing. It also wasn't Miss Grey Earl who turned Professor Layton into gold. There was another witch present at the crime scene. The defendant Maya saw her too. To put it simply, Miss Grey Earl didn't kill anyone. Yeah, she didn't kill anyone! And yet, you still want to burn her? Maya, do you even know how it feels to be put in this cage? It's like everyone's against you and it's super frightening. I'm not a witch, but I've been thrown into this cage and almost sentenced for something I didn't do. And now you're about to do the same to another person. That's just not right. Is that all you have to say? The one who is in the wrong is not me, but you, Sir Blue Knight. Whether the witch committed a crime or not is completely irrelevant. This is the witches' court. All witches must be punished by fire. But that's crazy! Inquisitor Bottom is absolutely right. Being a witch is a crime. You understand that, don't you, Miss Grey Earl? Yes. Very well then. The court is ready to issue the final verdict. Maya Fey is found innocent, and in her place, Jean Grey Earl is found guilty of being a witch and shall be cast into fire.
No! You can't!
Hold it! Please, hold the verdict!
Espella?
What is it now, Espella Cantabella?
There is nothing else we can do. This is the course of things, and you should know it well.
I'd be such an asshole if I just ended it right now. But I'm not gonna do that. Let's just keep going.
Indeed, all witches shall be cast into the flames. That is the law of this town. A law that was written by your very own father. And furthermore, a law that has always been obeyed in the town of Labyrinthia.
A town like this should never exist in the first place.
What? Such insolence!
That's heresy! She's criticizing the storyteller's story! Even the storyteller's daughter has no right to criticize the story!
Trials in which innocent people are sentenced to death by fire. I shall make sure this is the last one.
What do you mean, Espella?
Since you're all so keen on the rules created by the storyteller, you should know exactly what I mean. The stipulation for ending the witch trials. Once the Great Witch Bezella is burned, the witch trials will end. At present, I am under suspicion. You know very well why that is, don't you?
You? Well, you don't mean that you're,
I am guilty. I am the Great Witch Bezella.
What?
Now, cast me into the flames and let Miss Grayle free. Miss Cantabella. This shall be the last of the witch trials. No one else need be burned hereafter.
Espella, just what are you saying? I can't let you do that.
Please, Mr. Wright, let me do as I wish. I'm sorry, but this is a problem concerning the people of Labyrinthia.
No! Please don't do it!
There must be another way! You don't need to do this! It's all right. Luke, Maya, Mr. Wright, and Mr. Layton. I truly appreciate all you have done for me.
This can't be happening.
Miss Cantabella, your confession will have very serious, or rather, fatal consequences for you. May we assume that you fully understand those consequences and are willing to accept them?
I am Espella Cantabella, the storyteller's daughter. But I also have another name. I am the great witch Bazella. I have lived hidden in the dark pages of my father's story, deceiving all of you. Many lives have been sacrificed because of me. But that shall end today.
Court attendants, seize that woman! She is the great witch, Bazella.
Espella. Espella, this just isn't right! Let's go! Nick, give me a hand! Jump over there!
But...
Hurry!
They're getting away!
Maya!
Help me, Nick!
Espella! Quick, in here!
Stop! You've got to stop! Maya! Damn! That might be one of the greatest cutscenes I've ever seen in my entire life. And we know she's fine, but how is she fine? Ooh, man, I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch that like 4 or 5 times. While I'm editing, just gonna watch it over and over again. Oh man, what a good video! This was such a good 28-minute video. Man, I feel almost like we shouldn't even have a video for the next 2 days. Just, keep it going. Just wait till, like a finale, like a season finale until the next season starts. Such a cliffhanger. But that wouldn't be right. So you all can come back tomorrow for the next episode. So until then, thanks for watching and bye-bye!